You know what? Julep hasn't paid rent for me this month, and it's usually 2 meows a day, and so she's kind of overdue. So she can just do the intro today, y'all. Miss Julep. Hey, girl. Oh, my beautiful Capricorn, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and I'm going to be doing your weekly general reading. Now, I also do your weekly love reading between you and your soulmate or twin flame, whatever you prefer, whatever you subscribe to, which I'll put a link to over here if you want to check that out. Now, when it comes to any of my readings on my channel, though, Capricorn, rely on your intuition because put it in perspective. I'm just a man reading you some tarot cards, right? You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't because I'm not going to take offense by it, right? If you do find some cards that resonate with you, let me know in the comments below because that's how I keep up with y'all in your lives, is by you letting me know how the cards resonate in what way. I love hearing y'all's aha moments. If you do enjoy this reading and you find that it does give you a sense of direction, I would love for you to give me a like and subscribe because it does help out my channel a lot, Capricorn, and I always am super appreciative when you take the time to do that for me. But yeah, let's just jump into this reading for you. We're going to just get into the energies of what we can kind of expect this week, some spirit, and yeah, the cards are flying out. And the clarifiers that we have already, well actually let's get into your puzzle pieces first, right? Your corner pieces. We have on the top left side the Sun card, so this is a beautiful start to this week, beautiful setting of this energy, right? We have the Queen of Cups on the top right hand side. So this is more so like self-fulfillment, I feel. And then the overall energy is the Serene, number 24. You're being protected even if you aren't aware of it. But I feel like you're kind of aware of it, Capricorn. So let's get into the energies of the clarifiers. We have the Two of Wands, Seven of Cups, and then the Judgment card for your Sun card. So you're making a decision on something, Capricorn, is what I'm seeing, and this decision brings forth the Sun moment, this happiness for you. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing, but I do feel like there's some type of hesitation in terms of doing this choice, right? Because Seven of Cups does represent like that indecision and like overthinking things sometimes, right? They're just kind of like do I go over here? Do I want to do this? You know, a little bit of overthinking, right? This Two of Wands is also letting me know where it's just like, you're taking this pretty seriously, but I don't see this as like a bad thing, right? I see this as, it's like good stress, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's why like I keep on like randomly trying to say it's like I don't see this as a bad thing because I do feel like this sense like this level of like stress or anxiety because of like making the decision on something and like worried about the results. So maybe this reading is going to more so for you, Capricorn, give affirmation and try to make you feel better about whatever decision it is that you make that's meant for yourself. With this Seven of Cups, like, you know, it's going to bring you that serenity. If you are not aware that spirits or your spirit guides, whatever it is that you choose to believe in, Capricorn, like your archangels, what have you, they are letting you know that they're actively involved in this process at the very least, right? You don't have to worry about the result because the result with this Sun card, it's the best card in the deck, right? You don't have to worry about the result because the result's going to be good for you. It's going to bring that serenity, and Spirit's just making that promise. I like this energy, right? Can we really get better than that, really? Queen of Cups, let's get some clarifiers on this. I do feel like this is maybe part of your hesitation, Capricorn, is where it's like it's a decision that you kind of need to be selfish on, right? Or you perceive it to be selfish by thinking for yourself or thinking for what you want to do for yourself. Looking at the clarifiers is kind of confirming to me. With this Queen of Cups, remember, we have the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Magician card in the reverse. So this is what's really, I'm seeing this as like the blockage for you. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the cards in a moment. I'm just moving these cards because it's like distracting me. I need space. I need... So, how do we want to start this out? We have this Nine of Swords. This Nine of Swords is this anxious energy. It's kind of, it's not funny, but it's very polar opposite of, whose reading did I just do? Taurus. It's very polar opposite of Taurus, Capricorn. So it's like, It's interesting because it's like this Nine of Swords, like they were releasing anxiety and stress. They had this in the reverse, but yours is in the upright. So it's like this decision of like being this Queen of Cups where you're thinking for yourself more, or not thinking for yourself, or asking how you feel first rather and having that be your decision, main decision based, rather than being worried about how other people will feel. Or just maybe this is like a sense of where it's like you just again just are afraid of how the results are going to pan out. And I say this because the Seven of Swords comes in the reverse, where it's like it's almost like you're stopping yourself from making connections or stopping yourself from forward movement, and kind of like in subtle ways sabotaging yourself. So what do I mean by this? This would be kind of like an energy, and also it's paired with the Magician card in the reverse, right? Magician card in the upright is the Jack of all trades, the like actively manifesting, very powerful card, especially when you have it paired with the Sun card, right? But when it's in the reverse, the Magician's doubting themselves. And with these crows here and with this Nine of Swords, right? And so because of that, there's no forward movement. With this being in the reverse, this is like someone almost ignoring spirit. And, you know, like how I view this card, at least in this reading, is where it's like these crows are your guides trying to guide you, right? And so they're literally like screaming at you, just being like, yo, Capricorn, like come over here, it's in this direction, and you're just not paying attention. You're just like, nah, I'm good. You're ignoring the feathers or the breadcrumbs, as I will always say, from spirit, and it's because like of this, like you just doubt yourself. You feel like you're not ready for this path or whatever path that is. So it's interesting. Let's get into the bottom row of your puzzle. The bottom left-hand side, we have the Eight of Swords for you, Capricorn. So again, this is like those self-limiting thoughts where you just are doubting yourself. You don't trust that you have the resources to get you along this journey. You have the Six of Cups here. So maybe this also plays a part in this hesitation. The Six of Cups talks about the past. So maybe you're referencing the past, and like maybe you tried to do a similar thing before and didn't work out that well, right? Or maybe there's something that happened in your past. I mean, it's such an easy thing to go to, right? But it's like, we're human. So it's something to think about if you're not already thinking about a Capricorn, of perhaps something from your past is triggering you, and like you don't want to like break free from some type of cycle, because I do see the Seven of Swords in the reverse as like some type of repetitive cycle and choosing to be in that repetitive cycle. So I don't think I ever used the analogy that I feel like would make the most sense for what I mean by this pile. It's like that energy of someone that says they want to lose weight, but then goes out to eat anyways and like orders like a bunch of like junk food or something like that, right? Something super greasy. And it's like, you know what you're doing, right? And there's like a level where there's like, you're just kind of at peace with it. Not at peace with it, but you're just like, you're so used to brushing it off, I guess. Because it's just like been the cycle for you for so long, perhaps. So, but I do feel like in the end, though, you want to lose this weight or whatever this perceived thing is. Eventually, you're going to stop that self-sabotage, right? The Star card. Get some clarifiers on this Eight of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Wands, Six of Wands. So this Page of Wands is in the reverse for you, Capricorn. So this is what these limitations are stopping you from doing. Page of Wands in the upright is the representation of some type of new journey. I like to see this as like a new journey, like an exciting journey, going into new territory, right? Going into uncharted territory for something potentially beautiful and exciting, just like an adventure, right? When this is inverted, you're stopping yourself from this journey because of these swords. You can't break free from it. And this King of Wands and Six of Wands is letting me know some of y'all might be sabotaging this, Capricorn, because you don't want to have the light shined on you. You don't want more responsibility. You don't want the potential fear of being rejected with this King of Wands and this Six of Wands, right? Six of Wands, I mean, the imagery in itself is self-explanatory. King of Wands is that leadership role. Maybe you don't want to put in more work. I mean, let's just be honest, right? We can say that we want something, but sometimes we have to just kind of admit to ourselves that we're just feeling lazy. And when you finally admit to the fact that you're feeling lazy, and that's what those limiting factors are if you boil it down deep enough, that almost gives you that self-awareness of finally just working on it rather than just not willing to admit it for yourself for a long time that you're not lazy to feed your ego. Let's attack that ego now, right, Capricorn? Six of Swords, or Cups rather, let's get some clarifiers. Eight of Cups, Four of Cups, the Lover's card. Wow. This is such a similar but also very opposite reading of Taurus. It's weird. So, as the clarifiers for the Six of Cups, this Eight of Cups, this journey, as I said before, is representing of asking for more, going to bigger and better waters, and leaving what you have, this current oasis, because you know in your gut that there's something better out there for you. So you kind of have to go on this journey. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, right? You have to leave that oasis, go on that journey. But this Four of Cups, you haven't been happy in this oasis currently because it isn't fulfilling. It's you maybe for some of you, you're just so looking back on the past, daydreaming, you're just not happy. I just feel like there's some kind of level where there's not any kind of fulfillment. This Lover's card is the representation of a big decision, but also I feel like it's just having to walk away from something. Having to walk away from something. But I feel like what's different from yours than Taurus's, I feel like they had to walk away from something of physicalness. I feel like yours is having to walk away from this mindset that you have with yourself, or this relationship that you have with your mentality with yourself. You need to work on your self-doubt, perhaps, Capricorn, or at least that's the energy that I'm tapping into. I don't feel like doing oracle card for you. I feel like that's the reading that I have for you this week. Hopefully this did give you some direction. If it did, be sure to give me a like and subscribe, Capricorn. But until next time, I love you so much. Bye.